Yeah, so I have been the Boardroom Buddy, I suppose, from the very beginning, and for me, I believe that is a really, really crucial role. I think for apprentices to really get the most out of the 12 months and for host boards to get the most, it's really important to invest that time in a really robust support framework, and the buddy role is key to that. So in terms of how I suppose that operates on a practical basis, in my role as a buddy, I would be there as a support at any time for the apprentices if they have a query about papers that are coming to committee, if they have a concern, if they have a suggestion for how we could do things better. I would be their point of contact, I suppose, and they could come to me around that.
It's worked very well for us now. What we have done is that the first 2 apprentices who were with us, we assigned a board member as the buddy who'd been with us for quite some time and was sort of aware of well aware of the composition of the board, the internal issues with the board, that sort of who would ask what, and understood the structure of the board, how the chairman liked to play board meetings and so on. So I was able to sort of guide them through all that process. The buddy would usually, ahead of a main board meeting, would organise a pre-meeting with the apprentice and just go through the agenda and the papers with them and say, look, these are the questions that are likely to be asked.
So appointing a board buddy, one of your members to look after, to mind, to coach, to mentor the individual has been really crucial to the success and the benefits to the apprentices that we've had, but also to our board buddy who has seen things from a different perspective. But generally contributing to the greater good for a public body or NGO board or any sort of board is what motivates many people. So actually sharing the experiences of being a board member with an apprentice, someone who aspires to be a board member, is really rewarding.
I can speak from experience on that because I was one of the boardroom buddies, and it's been really good. And our current boardroom buddy is actually one of the earlier apprentices who came through. So that's been very useful in terms of bringing the apprentice in, making sure the apprentice gets what they need. There's regular meetings, regular feedback, and a very solid information flow. From my perspective, I wanted to make sure that the apprentice felt welcomed and confident and able to partake in board meetings.
Well, it works very well. Both myself and the governance secretary, Catherine, are boardroom buddies for the apprentices that come through the programme, and we like to make sure that we give that process time, and usually 1 week before the subcommittee meetings or the board meetings, we'll sit down with the apprentice and go through the pack, really just making sure that they have a really good understanding of how the processes of governance and trustee responsibility works, but also just to give them a flavour of the pack and the information in the pack and the processes that we as the staff team in the organisation will work through to provide information for board and trustees to make decisions on. So it's really just giving that sort of rounded approach of here's the operational piece and how it fits into the strategic governance piece and the decision making particularly.
It has got better every year. It's something that we've learned, I think, to place more and more importance on. So when you bring the apprentice in, my advice is treat them like a full new board member, do the full induction. But before that, unlike another board member, maybe you should do this for every new board member, get the buddy ready and make sure the buddy understands what the programme is going to be about. And of course, year on year, as other people have seen what the buddy's doing, then when they take over the buddy role, they're a bit more comfortable about how the programme works. So I think we've got better at it every year. So the buddy role has been absolutely key, and I think one of my real messages to anybody wanting to participate in this is make sure the buddy knows what they're doing and is enthusiastic about it, and then support the buddy. So if the buddy comes to me and says, can you answer this question, or do we have this information, always be prepared to support the buddy with the other board members and the staff.